Good. So now we are broadcasting on live. Ahí donde estábamos here. There we go. Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Excellent, very good. Okay, so today's topic, it's about preparing exams. Daniela and Diane, they're new teachers, right? They don't have a lot of experience. Ms. Mari has lots of experience, but all of us have had an experience with exams, right? With examinations, whether as a student or as a teacher, right? Well, today we're going to focus on what to do in order to have an effective exam in our English classes, okay? So many tests and so little time. We have some of the most famous, per se, examinations. We have the Cambridge examinations like PET, like KET, well, we have the CAE, etc., IELTS, and also, and obviously, we have the TOEFL, right? Have you had taken one of these exams? Just for out of curiosity. No? Okay.
No.
So in the classroom, there is only one word that makes the student go crazy. Tests. Daniela, when you were a student, are you currently studying something? Daniela?
Repeat, please.
Yes, are you studying something besides English? Are you studying, I don't know, prepa, universidad, secundaria, something?
Yes, prep.
Oh, you're studying prep, okay. So how do you feel, Daniela, when you have week for exams week? What do you do? How do you feel?
I'm very nervous.
You're very nervous, all right. Afraid. Some people actually got sick. So in the classroom, it happens the same. If you're a teacher, it happens the same. If you tell your students we're gonna have a test, they're going to be crazy. They're going to be nervous. They're going to get preoccupied. They're going to get almost sick, and some actually get sick, right? Hello, Jessica. Oh, Jessica. Hello, Yesenia.
Hello.
Sorry. Okay, so this is Daniela in her prepa. And let's see some of the details about the word test. Number one, can you read this, Maria? Mari?
Oh, because you say Mariela.
Oh, sorry. Mari, please.
Okay. However, however, they cannot be avoided completely for the, excuse me, I can read. For they are inevitable elements for learning process.
Yes. So even though students get crazy with the word test, you cannot avoid them. As part of the process, as part of the class, as part of the learning process. They are included in the program or in the curriculum. The exams check the students' level of knowledge, and maybe for certain circumstances, students need to take exams for, going into university or finishing the university or finishing a program in a prepa or whatever. They need to be or have exams. Continue reading, Marie.
Okay.
They are
Every point.
And
They are specially designed less that serve for different purposes and are
unrelated,
unrelated, although they are sometimes common in their design and structure.
Good, exactly. So again, we have exams that are famous, like the TOEFL, like the Cambridge, TOEIC. Well, TOEIC ya no existe, pero bueno, existió. And Mari, you are an experienced teacher. Which one do you know of these exams?
Any of them.
Any, okay, all right. Well, there are Cambridge and TOEFL, and there are English exams, okay?
Okay.
Now, why is testing important? We're going to read some of the gurus of teaching, some of the authors of teaching, and their opinion about examinations. And then you tell me if you agree or disagree. Okay, number one, Hicks. Can you read it, Yesenia?
Hicks considers that testing is a means to show both the students and the teacher how much the learners have learned during a course.
Good. Do you agree with this, Yesenia?
Hicks?
Do you agree with Hicks? Do you think he's okay? It's true?
Yes, it's true.
Yes, it is true, right? The exam is an indicator to show for the teacher and the students how much learners have learned. Okay, it's an indicator, right? What about Heaton? Daniela, can you read it? Daniela's gone.
Heaton?
Yes, please.
It states that tests could be used to display the strengths and weakness of the teaching process and help the teacher improve it.
Check this out. Now, this is going deeper and more profound. He says that, Heaton says that an exam will tell you what is, if you are teaching correctly or incorrectly. So Heaton says that exam is for you as a teacher to see if you are doing your job correctly or if you need to change it and improve it. I'll give you an example. Mari, think in a group that you have, the largest, okay? How many students in one group?
In my group of my English class, I have 13.
13, good. 13, good. So let's have this supposition, okay? Mari has an exam today for the 13 students, okay? Tomorrow, Mari checks and 10 fail and only 3 pass. Whose fault is it? Yourself, Mari? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Maybe your connection is breaking up. No, a ver. You have 13 estudiantes, ¿verdad? Dijiste.
Yes.
3 pasaron, 10 reprobaron. ¿De quién es la culpa? According to Heaton. ¿Quién crees, Mari?
I think one part is my fault. I think.
It's actually
And the
your
other-
fault.
Little part.
No. If
And
you
the other
have,
part-
si tienes 13 y 3
Ajá.
reprueban y 10 pasan, al revés.
Al
revés. Al revés. 10 reprueban y 3 pasan.
Ajá.
¿Quién tiene la culpa?
The students.
No. Teacher. If the majority fails, if the majority pass, yes, it's a good job from the teacher. But if the majority fails,
It's my fault.
it's
because
teacher's
my-
fault.
Because my method is not, I think it's not very good.
Exactly. That's what Heaton says. The exam is an indicator for the teacher if the teacher is doing a good job or not.
So with the evaluation, I think I will know my strengths and my weaknesses.
Exactly. Very good. What about Thompson? Diane, can you read this?
Yes, Thompson believes that students learn more when they have tests. Moreover, he argues that tests requires practice and instruction time, for students are sometimes exposed to new material that enhances both their creativity and critical thinking.
Good. So check it out what Thompson says, that students learn more when they know that the test, that the exam is going to be in the class. I'll give you an example. ¿Qué pasa si yo le digo a Yesenia? Tú estás en la universidad, ¿verdad, Yesenia? ¿O estabas, no? ¿O no eres tú? Yesenia?
I don't understand.
You were in the
because
university, right? You study in the university?
The
Yesenia?
internet is bad.
Oh, your internet is bad. I'm sorry. But you're a student, Yesenia?
Ajá.
Okay. Si te dice el maestro, esta clase viene en el examen, ¿qué haces?
The students can learn all
Hey.
information.
Pay more attention, obviously, right? Will be more attentive to the teacher. That's what Thompson says. When the students know that the class is going to be in the exam, the students prepare more, okay? What about Egan? Mari, please.
Egan emphasized the idea that learners study hard for the classes they are tested thoroughly.
Good, excellent. Same thing. If the class is in the exam, the students will pay more attention to you. What about Hiles? Yesenia, read it.
Hiles considers that the students want and expect to be
Tested, very good.
Yes.
This is very interesting. Daniela, ¿Estás ahí, Daniela?
Yes.
Ok. ¿Sabes lo que es un maestro barco?
No.
¿Qué es un maestro barco, Mari?
I don't know.
You don't know? Nobody
No,
knows what a maestro barco is?
no.
El maestro barco es el que dice, doy mi clase, no me importa si aprenden, todos pasan. Generalmente, ese maestro lo quieren al principio, los alumnos. Pero ¿qué
Es el que
pasa
cae bien.
después? ¿Mande, Daniela?
Que es el que cae bien siempre.
Pues sí. Pero ¿qué pasa después? ¿A quién respetas más, Daniela? ¿El que es barco o el que te pone exámenes y te va marcando tu aprendizaje?
Pues al que sí me hace el examen y así yo veo si sí aprendí o no.
¡Qué choro! ¡Qué choro!
Sí.
Pero bueno, está bien. No, it's actually true. This is what Hal says. Fíjense lo que dice. Hals consider that students want to be tested. Ellos quieren que los examines, que los retes, que digas si sí aprendiste o no aprendiste. Very interesting. At the beginning, el maestro barco, sí, qué chido, ay, sí, ay. Y luego ya comentarios como, ni examen hacemos. Siempre me pasa. Ni hago tareas. But at the end, that student will not learn anything. So
The
student,
students is irresponsible.
oh yeah, the students are responsible, but the students at the end, Yesenia, want to be tested. They want the exams. They want to have homework. They want to, because otherwise they're not going to learn anything. Correct? Ay,
Okay.
yes. ¿Cuál es lo peor what is the downside of testing? Aquí vemos a Yesenia. I'm just kidding. Can you read this, Diane?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Can you read the paragraph?
Yes. Too much of testing can entirely change the student's attitude towards learning the language, especially if the results are usually dissatisfying, for the motivation is decreased towards learning and the subject in general.
Very good, excellent. Check this out. Too much testing can entirely change the student's attitude. Vemos el lado contrario. If we have a teacher that is always quizzes, exam, questionnaires, no me lo odias. Right? So, and then what happens, Diane? What happens if you as a student are not motivated in the class? Will you learn? Diane?
I don't know.
If you're not motivated, you're not going to learn. Because then you're going to break into Spanish, y vas a ponerte a jugar, y vas a hacer tu cotorreo, y se olvidó la clase. How old are you, Diane? Because I know your mother, but I don't know you.
I am 14 years old.
Yeah, you're young, I know. But your English is very good. Your English
Thank
is very good. So, what about Alderson? Can you read this, Daniela?
Anderson, they mentioned that we should not forget that the students with doing a test should receive less support from the teacher than they normally do during the exercise in a language classroom.
Good, excellent. So check this out. When you have an exam, you as a teacher, you will be ready to help, but not to give the answers. Students need to know that. Porque son bien manchados. Y de, Miss, ¿y aquí qué pongo? Miss, ¿y en la 8 qué va? Y te están checando a ver hasta dónde llegan. No. I mean, teacher, it's, you know, por ejemplo, instructions o que no entiendo una palabra, está bien, pero answers, no. So, what can we do as a teachers? What should we do as teachers? Number one, Yesenia.
When the teacher is always near and ready to assist, no one is afraid to make a mistake and try to take a chance to do the exercise.
So, don't be like the Kool-Aid teacher que se va allá al frente del salón y se pone así, ¿no? No. You need to be close to your students. Even though it's an exam and you're not supposed to give any answers, but you are there to help them. In other words, your students need to feel comfortable. Need to feel comfortable with you. Okay? Next one is Mari.
However, when writing a test and being left alone to deal with the test activities, the students panic and forget everything they knew before.
Mm-hmm. When you are not there to help them, they might be go blank. ¿No les ha pasado que salían de la clase? Ya me acordé.
Yeah.
That is because that is teachers, situation. Teachers should make them feel comfortable with the students. So what is the meaning? What is the important thing? Number one, students should be given confidence. Así de tú puedes, no te preocupes. Ay, Miss, vengo bien nervioso. No te preocupes, mira, tú, blah, 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 blah. Given confidence. Number two, encouragement is a vital element in language learning. What is encouragement? Así de buen trabajo, vienes bien preparado, te va a ir súper bien, no te preocupes, blah, 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 blah. This one I love. Teachers should foster self-reliance. In other words, the students should feel free or feel confident enough. Pérez está, Miss, ¿y ahora qué va la que sigue? Miss, ¿y en la 8 qué sigue? Miss, ¿y en la 9 qué debo de poner? That's not self-reliance. Reliance is like, que a lo mejor Pérez, hoy mismo entiendo esta palabra, bueno, okay. But other than that, he is confident to finish the exam, and that is your job. You need to know your students and give them confidence. Something like this, right? Good. So assessment and evaluation. We're going to talk about two different terms in English, okay? These terms are entirely different. Read the first point, Dayan.
When we assess our students, we are interested in how and how much our students have learned.
Good. Check this out, what Dayan said. When we assess, we are interested in how much have learned at the end. Okay, now let's check the different. Can you read it, Diane, yourself?
Yes. When we evaluate, we are concerned with how the learning process is developing.
Good. So we have the two aspects. Assessment is good, but it's at the end. And you will have no chance to correct anything. On the contrary, when it's an evaluation, you can check in the middle or before or whatever how the process is being developed. I'll give you an example. Let's say you need to teach present continuous, ¿no? En la unidad. Entonces te avientas present continuous 2-3 semanas y haces el examen. Y no aprendieron. ¿Qué puedes hacer? Es una pregunta capciosa. No puedes hacer nada ya. And that is an assessment. When it's an evaluation, mismo ejemplo, vas a hacer un quiz una semana y vas a ver, no le entendieron. Entonces, you're going to reinforce or repeat or whatever. And then the second week, you're going to do a quiz, another evaluation. Mira, me faltó, no le entendieron. Bueno, voy entonces, So, when at the end, they do the assessment, or como se dice, como dice la gente, the final exam, that's an assessment, they will have, what is the word? They will learn and complete the exam correctly. Read this, Yesenia, very frequently.
Very frequently, teachers assess the student without taking the aspects of evaluation into account.
Don't be this college teacher. O sea, ya sabes, tipo college teacher walks into the classroom. A ver, yo nada más vengo aquí a escribir, vengo aquí a dar mi clase y en el examen ustedes saben si aprendieron. Don't do that. Sad to say, there are many teachers like that. Don't do that. Teachers, it's easier, ¿verdad? O sea, así como que, bueno, pues si aprendieron bien y si no, pues también. No. You can't do that in an assessment or in a course. You need to have evaluations for you to see if you are doing your job correctly. Okay? How can we distinguish an assessment from an evaluation? Read this, Daniela.
There are assessments that are typically applied at the end of the unit, course, or school year. Such assessments are known as achievement tests.
Good. So, an assessment, como dijimos, es at the end. At the end of the unit, at the end of the course, at the end of the bimestre, or the semestre, whatever. It's at the end. It's the final exam. Okay? They are essential to check if your students actually learned. Whether the evaluations, read that is Daniela se fue. Read it, Marie.
Evaluations, in the other hand, are small tests the teachers use during the course of studying year. They are also called diagnostic tests.
Good. So the evaluation, on the other hand, is small, right? It's small, it's not really formal, and it's in the middle. So you can have any modifications on your job or on the program or reinforce a topic, whatever. So you can do something before the final examination. Very good. So what is the ideal situation? Number one, a ver, ojo, ideal situation. Ok. Shh, nada. Esto, shh, nada. Nada, ven. Ya. Esto es lo ideal y lo perfecto, no existe. Pero vamos a ver lo que sería perfecto en un examen y ustedes lo you pass it on into your classroom. Okay? What is the ideal situation? Number one, Mari.
The test should test what I was taught.
Very obvious, ¿verdad? Y Mari dice, duh, obviously. But you know what? Teachers forget. Y algunos hasta a propósito, ahorita en el examen, ahorita me los friego. No. The exam or the test, whether it's an evaluation, an assessment, lo que sea, quiz, questionnaire, debe evaluar lo que se enseñó. Punto. No more, no less. Eso. So, and the test should test what was taught, period. Nada de que ahora me los friego en el examen. Juanito no le entendió esto ahorita, se lo meto para que, en el examen para que. No, don't do that. Whatever you taught, it's what is in the exam. Period. Okay? Students are very different in their levels. It is inappropriate to design a test for advanced or advanced test for basic, or vice versa, basic exam for advanced. Very important, Yesenia, the instructions, ¿qué?
The instruction of the test should be unambiguous.
Unambiguous. Ambiguous es que es muy general. Unambiguous es specific. ¿Sale? Ejemplo. I don't know, choose the correct answer. Y tienes como 20, ¿no? En cambio, choose the correct answer y tienes 2. Bueno, ya sabes, more specific. ¿Qué pasa si tus instrucciones del examen están muy ambiguas o muy generales? ¿Qué va a pasar? What do you think is going to happen?
The students can write a lot of information.
And incorrect information. And besides, you're going to waste a lot of time. Porque van a empezar, Miss, ¿y qué qué voy a hacer en la 8? Miss, ¿y qué se va a hacer en la 9? So you're going to waste more time explaining the instructions that they do in the exam. So when instruction is correct, specific, the students they're going to be more, motivated to do the exam. Good. What are the characteristics of a good test? Well, we're going to talk about the first one, the validity. Read this. Hola, Madai. Can you read this, Madai?
Yes, teacher. Validity, a test is valid if it tests what it's supposed to test.
Good. We discussed it, right? A test is valid if it's what it was taught in the classroom. No more, no less. O sea, lo que está en el classroom, that is the content for the exam. And that is valid. Thus, continue reading, Madai.
Thus, it is not valid. For example, to test reading ability with an easy question that requires specialist knowledge of history or biology unless all students share this knowledge.
Good. I'll give you an example. You're having a written exam y les pones, write an essay about the French Revolution. Si todos saben de la Revolución Francesa, está bien. Pero si no saben, ¿qué va a pasar? What do you think is going to happen, Madai?
They're not approved.
They're not going to pass. It's actually cruel. Pobre chamacos, así de que yo la que pongo. Vamos a poner el otro ejemplo. Misma instrucción, chéquense. Write an essay about the French Revolution. Invent the dates. Use verbs and past appropriately. Excuse me. Use the verb in past properly. ¿Qué les dijiste? Misma instrucción. Párrafo, Revolución Francesa, pero no me importa quién pongan, si ponen a Pato Lucas, si ponen a Mickey Mouse. Solamente pongan los verbos en pasado correctos. You see the difference? So that is valid. Because even though they don't know about the French Revolution, you don't care about that. You just care about the past tense of the sentence, okay? So far, so good? See? Okay. What about, we have 5 types of validities. Number 1, construct validity. Can you read it, Daniela? Construct validity.
Construct validity, it is the theoretical ground on which the test is based in order to construct or plan a test. Teachers should research into student behavior and mental
Behavior.
and mental organization appropriately constructed at the beginning. The test will not provoke any difficulties in its administration and scoring later.
Very good. Sorry. In other words, your questions in the exam should be good for your student's level. That's what it means. Y no hablamos del English level, hablamos de it's for children, it's for adults, it's you know, local situations. Everybody knows about the vocabulary. It's a correct vocabulary. So it's something that is how do you call it? Something that is good for the students. ¿Sí? Ayer, no es cierto. El sábado tuvimos junta con Cambridge, la junta anual de nuestro equipo. Éramos como 25 de Estado de México, Mérida, Chiapas, yo, bueno, anyways. Y nos decía eso, este año cambiaron los exámenes de niños, porque pobres chamacos, de verdad, salían bien estresados. And they talk about the construct validity. They say, no, Let's change it for the mental health. So when you write your exam, you need to check and understand your students. Okay, good. What about the content validity? ¿Quién leyó ahorita? Esta Daniela, ¿verdad? Bueno, Yesenia, can you read this? Content validity?
Content validity to test students' knowledge. Teachers had to choose what was taught, whether it was a specific vocabulary or various text connect.
Yesenia? Continue, bueno, a ver, Dayan, read it. Después que se fue Yesenia.
Content validity. To test students in knowledge, teachers have to choose what was allowed, whether it was a specific vocabulary or various texts connected with the topic. For it is impossible to test the whole material. The teacher should not pick up trick pieces that were either mentioned once or were not discussed in the classroom at all, so belonging to the topic.
Very good, Dayan. So, the content validity is again, lo que esté, lo que hayas enseñado es lo que es. Así de sencillo. Hello, Yesenia, welcome back.
Yes, the internet is bad.
No worries, worries not.
It was a specific vocabulary or various texts connect with the topic, for it's impossible to test the whole material. The teacher should not pick up tricky pieces that were either mentioned once or were not discussed in the classroom at all, thus belonging to the topic.
Thank you, Yesenia. Again, don't be the college teacher de que, mira, esto no venía en el examen. Digo, esto no lo dije tanto, lo voy a poner para fregármelos. Don't do that. No. Whatever you say is an exam. Punto. No más, no menos. Check this out. The test is not a punishment. Don't be like, ahora va la mía. Don't do that. Really. Eso nunca lo decimos, ¿verdad, Mari?
No,
Nunca
never.
pasa, ¿verdad, Mari?
No, I never do that.
Y tampoco pasa con otros maestros, ¿verdad?
Never.
We're being sarcastic. It's very common, así de, ahorita. Don't do that, okay? It's bad, it's cruel. Good. Another one, the face validity. Can you read this, Madai, please?
Face validity. It is how the examiners and administration staff see the test, whether it is construct and content valid or not.
Good. Face validity, in other words, how is the format? How is the format of the exam? Is it too long? Is it short? Is it good? Is it bad? Digo, en teoría, no sé en tu escuela, Mari, digo, en teoría porque es muy raro. Bueno, no es raro, más bien es muy difícil de hacerlo. Las famosas academias de inglés en la escuela. En teoría se deben de juntar los maestros de inglés y hacer los exámenes juntos y intercambiarlos y ¿qué te parece? A mí me parece muy bien, a mí también y bla, bla, bla. That never happens. Number one, we're very busy. Number two, teachers tend to be envious. ¿Sale? Es una realidad. But if you can, if you can, share your exams with another colleague, with a coworker, with another teacher. Oye, Juanito Perez, with me. Hey, Teacher Gerson, super hot and sexy Teacher Gerson. Can you check, please, my exam? Is it okay? Is it not? What do you think about it? Blah, blah, blah. That is the phase validity. In other words, the format of your examination. Excuse me. The backwatch validity. Diane, please. The backwatch validity.
Backwatch is the effect of testing on teaching and learning process. It could be both positive and negative.
Positive. Diane, positive and negative. Good. In other words, the backwatch is the impact of your exam. Let me explain it. Continue. Read this, Diane, please.
If the test is considered to be a significant element, then the preparation to it will take up most of the time. Another teaching and learning activities will be ignored.
Very good. And that will be a negative impact. I'll give you an example. Mari, ¿en tu escuela hacen spelling bee?
No,
¿No hacen spelling bee?
no, because it's a high school, but it's not, we have a short time. I have only 2 hours a week.
Oh,
we
okay.
don't-
So it's okay. You don't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Pero ahí te va. Ahí te va. En lo contrario. Es una prepa, dijiste, ¿verdad? O secundaria.
Prepa, high school.
Prepa, good. Ahí te va. El maestro de lengua y comunicación, o sea, el maestro de español, organiza a veces concursos de oratoria. ¿Correcto? Y para practicar, ¿qué horas agarra, Mari? Tu audio.
Hold on, okay. What time we practice?
Ya. O sea, el maestro de español dice, vamos a hacer el concurso de oratoria. Esto es de español, no nada que ver contigo. Pero ¿qué crees? ¿Qué horas agarran?
Because I give that class too.
You're the comodín. Always the English classes are the comodines.
Yeah. But
For some reason. Ay, agárrate el de inglés. Y si no, los alumnos, Miss, es que nos toca la oratoria mañana, denos chance. Ese es un bad watch, a negative bad watch, or a negative impact. Puesto que lo consideran muy importante.
The Spanish than English.
So, y eso es fuera de su control, ¿eh? That's out of your control, out of your hand. Eso es part of the institution. Yo lo veía, por ejemplo, ya no los hacen, pero antes eran los, ¿cómo se llamaban? Enlace, exámenes enlace. ¿Te tocaron, Mari? Like 10 years ago, ¿no? Eran unos exámenes de la SEP que llegaban y si los aprobaban los alumnos, le daban dinero al gobierno a la escuela. Durante esas semanas no había clases, era más practicar las respuestas. So that is a negative impact. What it says, if the test is considered to be a significant, como concurso de oratoria, como el examen enlace, como bla, 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 then the other classes, the other exams are in second option. Sorry about that. It's reality. It's not your fault. Ojo, It's not your fault. You're not responsible. That's institutional responsibility. Okay. Well, we'll discuss here. Now, on the contrary, a positive impact is when you're having a course like this one. It's a teacher's course for the TKT and for your teaching career, then the exams are very important. See, so it's the other coin. And finally, the criteria, the criterion validity. Read this, Yesenia, ¿estás aquí? Oh, no, perdón, tú ya leíste. Daniela. Manifest.
Aquí estoy.
Thank you.
Criterion relate validity. It is connected with criterion and evaluation the teacher uses to assess the test. Thus, the teacher has to design a definitive evaluation system and then explain what she thinks is worth evaluating and why. This way, students will be aware of what they are expected to.
Good. Very important. What is the criteria of your exam? O sea, what are the points in each exam y cuánto valen? In each question. Pregunta 1 vale 1 punto. Pregunta 2 vale 2 puntos, 4. Pregunta 3, when the student knows the criteria of the exam, it's easier. Y además puedes poner, por ejemplo, no sé, I don't know, 20% exam, 10% homework, 20% blah, 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 blah. Is the criteria. When students know that, it's easier for the teacher to evaluate your students. Yo al final de mi carrera, bueno, no, sigo siendo maestro, pero cuando daba clases de inglés, yo no me complicaba. 100% examen. Y el examen era 11 preguntas. Cada pregunta 10 puntos y la última de respuesta de a rescue question. Y ya. Ahí les va un tip, teachers. Entre más elaborada sea la criteria, más trabajo es revisarlos. I had a teacher, or I knew this teacher, que ponía así, en su examen, ¿no? Question number 5, 2.5 de puntos. Y luego question number 6, 1.7. Y luego 3.2. No inventes, o sea. Digo. Sorry?
It's too much work. It's more work.
Too much work. Too much work. So, but the point is here, teachers, that the students need, should, and must know the criteria. They need to know the percentages of the each question and the exam. Okay, that it's fair. Good. Oh, sorry. Let's do an activity then. Let me, okay, Mari. Do you have, bueno, no, a ver, Yesenia, ¿estás ahí? Ok, sí. Daniela, Dayana y Madai. Voy a hacer dos, ¿cómo se llama? Two break room. Voy a asignar pares. Y voy a enviar un examen al chat. Un examen de inglés. Voy a dar uno al azar. Y van a revisar the validity, the content validity, ¿ok? Of the examination. ¿Sí está bien? Vamos a poner a Mari con Yesenia, como de ahí. Y Daniela, Dayan y Yesenia. Good. So what happened to Dayan? ¿Quién sabe? Ok. Está bueno. A ver, sorry. Okay.
Okay, yes, yeah.
So comments. Miss Vivian, we start with you.
My opinion, the example or the group.
No, the what you did in the group.
In the group, I tell me the question. It's okay, but I think the aggregate the multiple choice, true or false, and me to the connection.
Okay.
I think aggregate the vocabulary and the questions. For example, what happened the text? Because I check my students, I 100 the text or the comprensión lectora, se dice 100 the reading?
Yes, yes.
100 the reading.
Very good. Okay. Do you think what about the length? Was it too long or short?
The text, it's okay. I think the first question, I have the 3 questions. I think it's okay, but my opinion is the questions apart or the questions and they say only why. Or your text in the example, why you like the opinion, no? It's okay, but the question for the say complement.
Okay, good. What about you, Mary, Miss Mary? What do you think?
Well, I think there are too many questions in one question.
Okay.
The students might be tired or confused, and they won't know what to answer because if there are too many. And next question, number 2, more questions and questions and questions. So they get tired, I think. And I think, as my classmate says, we can use different ways to make that exam. Example, true or false, matching, choices like ABC. And I think they didn't mention the criterion. We don't know the points, 5 points, 10 points. And I think we need the face validity. So we can compare or we can ask to a partner about this.
Good, very good points, especially about the criteria. The criteria wasn't really clear. What about Yesenia? Your audio?
Ahora sí, ¿me escucha?
Yes.
Okay. The text is very complete, given that a lot of information about of all scopes. For example, social circle, family circle, and educational circle, and the content had points important about of the emotional. It's by bodies complete the information. finally, the question is comes all information or points importance about the tracks.
Mhm.
That's
Good, very good. Excellent. What about you, Daniela? What do you think about the exam?
Sorry.
Daniela, manifest. Okay, Daniela's watching porn or something. What about you, Madai? What do you think?
Well, I think, in my opinion, I start with questions with multiple answers for start relaxing. And then maybe match or some questions like that. And then for the finally, 2 or 3 maybe questions like the example with the ¿cómo se dice? Respuesta abierta.
Open answer?
Yes. With
Okay,
that answer.
very good. I like your point about starting with something relaxing, no? Otherwise, the students will be very tired, no? And overwhelmed. So yes, it is very good. Sorry. Okay, excellent. Next, our class, this Wednesday, we're going to check now the elements on a good exam. Okay? Good, very good. Let's take the classic selfie. Daniela, turn your camera on. Madai, your camera on. On 3, 1, 2. Okay, Madai, 1, 2. Good, excellent. Thank you very much. And we haven't finished the topic. We'll continue on Wednesday, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you very much.